Wow, I am surprised how well this actually turned out. 3 out of the 4 games were correctly predicted by Smash Bros. And as for how the games went themselves, we'll get into that, but lucky for me, the placement of the Divisional games actually matched up with how I had it originally, so I didn't have to move it around after the wildcard games. If you don't understand that, don't worry, the bracket speaks for itself. Anyways, let's get into the fighting. Colts versus Chiefs. I'll be honest, the Colts really proved themselves. They were the only incorrect prediction from last week, as they really proved their offense as a force to be reckoned with. It also helped that the Texans kind of just drove into quicksand every time they possibly could. But it really proved that the team is more than just Andrew Luck. They've just got great offense, and their opponent also has some pretty great offense. Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs are certainly going to be a tough matchup for the Colts to deal with. As for the Chiefs' representative, Simon Belmont, seemed to be the closest I could get to him. As you can see, it's pretty back and forth here in this fight, and I do believe that this is how the fight will go on in the playoff match. As you can see, there are also a lot of mistakes being made, like you saw Link just kill himself right there. But I think that is pretty accurate to how this game will go. Simon almost got that final smash off, and as we get closer and closer to like around the second half, you may notice the application of full read, because if you've been around football for long enough, you know that any team coached by Andy Reid has a bit of a habit for choking in the playoffs. Despite both their offenses, I do believe in the Chiefs winning, even if Andy Reid is just cursed beyond belief, as well as dealing with the loss of Kareem Hunt, however necessary that was. Let's be honest, it was pretty necessary to get him out of there. But they still have a lot of offensive weapons in Travis Kelce and just a great line. All things considered, it's going to be as back and forth as this game right here. As you can see, there are a lot of kills going on. We still got a minute and 20 going, and they've already got a pretty hefty amount of kills compared to some of the other games that I've reported on. As for, you can see Simon is just edgeguarding there. It's a tie game going into the final minute. I don't know if this is a representative of full read, but Simon will go in for this final smash here again and almost get rid of Link. I may have spoiled it there, but yeah. Or wait. Oh, never mind. I forgot. He did get rid of Link. But we got 30 seconds left on the clock. Link will go in and get his final smash pretty easily. There are 10 seconds left. Link has got the advantage here of just being able to dodge everything. And we go into overtime, wouldn't you know it? So sudden death, and Link will get in here and get that arrow. So Link will win. Colts win. Full read is pretty effective. Now, that was a pretty long game, I will be honest. Now, this Cowboys-Rams game, thankfully we won't have another game at Jerry World, at least depending on the seeds later on this tournament, but Jerry World won't be showing up here. I was really surprised on how kind of lackluster last week's game was between the Cowboys and the Seahawks. And as you may notice, Diddy's Final Smash will become more of a factor going further into this tournament. because once again he's beating another character at 0%, basically, with his final smash. It is pretty deadly, and I don't know if that's how indicative it'll be of the Cowboys in the actual tournament, but who knows, honestly. As for the Rams, they've got a hefty offense that is going to be very difficult for the Cowboys to deal with. Jared Goff and Todd Gurley are pretty much the cornerstones on offense. Though don't forget Aaron Donald on defense. Honestly, the Cowboys will really need to step up on defense, because I don't know how really deserving they were of last week's win. Especially since Russell Wilson only tried. But honestly, Sean McVay will make this pretty interesting with his very interesting comeback for the Rams between the past 2 years. But anyways, as you can see, it's starting to get a little out of hand for Samus. Diddy Kong kind of just has the lead pretty easily with little time left. It's pretty definitive. Even if there were like 10 seconds left, Diddy has his final smash right there. It would have been a 3-possession decision, but the Cowboys will win. So the Colts will win by 1 possession, and the Cowboys will win by 2. These are both upsets, and considering the original bracket, I'm not surprised that we're getting more upsets even this deep into the tournament. Now, as for the Chiefs, they're gonna expectedly repeat what they did last year and flop in their first round. And the only reason I'm kind of on board with the Cowboys winning this time is because the Rams losing would allow the Bengals to see if Zach Taylor will join their squad next year. But that's beyond the point. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the rest of the divisional round.